Hello, hello again, everybody. It is whiteandnerdyman back with another episode of Slay the Spire. We're going to go ahead and continue our prior run. We had just beaten the very first floor boss. We are making good progress. I am pleased with how this is going so far. Trying to remember. It's one of those weird things whenever you come back to this game. It kind of reverts you to your last relic decision, which I guess is good. You can kind of refresh yourself on what we decided to do. What we did decide to do was to go with the Busted Crown relic, which we will gain some energy, so we will have 4 energy instead of just 3, but we will only have 1 card option to choose from now on. But since we're being a little bit stingy about the cards of what we're going to let into our deck, then I think that'll be an okay sacrifice. So let us go and proceed to the next floor. Act 2, the city. There are 3 total acts, or 3 levels per se, in this game. A total of 50 floors to climb in each run. So we have until then. We can persevere, and we will overcome. So let us go ahead and pick our next starting room. I really would like to go to the shop early. We could go 1 combat and then straight to a shop, or combat, and then in a shop. Let's do combat, then a shop, so we'll have a little bit more money to work with. Okay, these enemies are particularly a nuisance because of their little passive ability here, Flight. They receive 50% less attack damage in general, but if we manage to attack them 3 consecutive times in the same turn, they will fall down, get stunned for a turn, and they will lose that annoying buff. So let us consider our options here. So each one of our attacks will do half damage. Oh, and a pro tip here, whenever you're about to attack with a card, if you look very carefully at the bottom card, if you see the 20 went down to 10, because it's going to reflect how much damage we will actually do given our current buffs, debuffs, etc. So just handy tip. Now, this guy is going to come at us immediately with 5 damage. These guys can get pretty powerful really quick. These are the 2 guys who are going to buff. So, my view on the situation is we go ahead and just deal out a perfected strike on you on the back, pull up a defend to negate that damage, and we'll see how this turn plays out. Call. Got some strength. Another call. Got some more strength. Negated that damage. So let us see what we have. We could buff ourselves with Inflame to get 2 strength permanently for the rest of the combat. Yikes, that is a lot of damage. Unfortunately, I am not in a position where I can kill one of these guys this turn because I'm only going to be dealing 3 damage each turn. We could go... Oh, I'm an idiot. I could have actually played another card last turn because... Yeah. It's okay. I don't think we had too much to work with anyway. I have to remember that I have 4 energy now and not 3 to work with. So let's just go Inflame, Defend. There's really not much else that we can do. Attack him for 4. He's at least halfway down. But yeah, this is going to hurt ever so slightly. Got card draw due to Centennial Puzzle. Phew, yeah. Hopefully the store will have something to help counteract this kind of thing. Middle guy's going to attack us for 10 damage. Let's Battle Trance it up, just to get as many options as we possibly can. Not really going to be going through a card draw this turn in particular. Let us see. So Anger will get us a free attack to get this guy on the ground, but honestly, we should probably focus on maybe getting 3 attacks in on this fellow just to avoid any more damage coming in. We could do a Bludgeon that would instantly kill this enemy. But he's just buffing. We could do a strike to all enemies, which I think that would be pretty handy. Yeah, let's start with Cleave. Because if we could at least get this guy grounded, then we won't have to worry about damage. Anger. I would normally say yay card draw, but we just simply won't have that. We can't draw any more cards this turn just because of Battle Trance. The damage will be nice, though. Let us go for a strike. get him grounded. I'm thinking, just so that this one doesn't have a chance to buff again, maybe we should strike twice. And that way these guys are both stunned for this turn. He's just going to buff, but he's practically dead anyhow. I think that was a smart play. They're both stunned, so they won't be able to do anything. And their attack damage, that's so creepy whenever their necks just kind of raise up like that. But I think we'll be okay next turn, yeah. So instead of, you know, like the tens and tens of damage that we were getting before, we're now only getting faced with 14. So one perfected strike will eliminate this Yahoo right here. And we can honestly do defend after that. I think that's actually pretty much our only option. Yeah, so perfected strike, he's dead. Block, just to negate that damage. They will be up again next turn, but we will have some chance to do some real damage on them. As you can see, whenever they do those question marks, they're doing something that is not attacking, but it's something that you can't really predict. But just because I've seen these enemies tons of times, I know that they're planning to rise again from their feathery graves, if you will. We can go ahead and just eliminate him, strike, and then bludgeon for the win. Very good. Took a lot more damage than what I wanted to, but that enemy, they haven't killed me yet, but I could see how they just really, it could be bad. Second wind, choose a card. Well, only one option. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Gain 5 block for each card exhausted. We won't worry about that. Once again, I just really like the current build that we're going with here. We have another combat before the store. Let's just go ahead and go to town on this cultist guy. We are going to take some damage, no matter what way we slice it. Yuck, yuck. So let's just negate some of that. Perfected strike. Cleave, just to maximize our current damage. And we will be taking 5 damage, but we'll be okay, since we're healing for 6. And Centennial Puzzle with that extra card draw. I feel like that is very helpful. We already have an anger right off the bat. Let's just, yeah, get anger. Get our anger going, and then battle trance to draw some more cards. Good. I was hoping to see Inflame there. I honestly really need to start using Pommel Strike, but I think maybe Pommel Strike actually got drawn from the card draw. Never mind. Just kind of thinking out loud. So we're going to go Inflame, just to get the extra strength and damage on there. We're going to bash the heck out of this dude, because he's going to apply a very powerful negative effect on us. We're just going to go ahead and buff our damage. And honestly, next turn should be a wash as long as we have all attack cards. Suffer, he says. And now we are hexed. That is, whenever you play a non-attack card, shuffle 1 dazed into your draw pile. So that could get quickly annoying, but bludgeon for the win. Bam! The Hammer of Judgment. I love it. Normally extremely expensive, but the way that our build is going, I think it's synergizing quite nicely. Apply 3 vulnerable fear potion. Okay. Iron Wave. Gain 5 block. Deal 5 damage. We do have an opportunity to remove a card at the merchant. And it's strictly better than one of our blocks. Let's just go ahead and pick it up. Welcome! Let us see what this fellow has for sale. We have Panache, Panache, how you pronounce that. Every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. That's super useful, especially for the build that we're going for. But let's look at the relics. Bottled Lightning. Upon pickup, choose a skill. Start each combat with this card in your hand. Nifty. Ginger, you can no longer become weakened. That is amazing right off the bat. And then we have Medical Kit. Unplayable status cards can now be played. Ooh, man. You see, if we had Clash, this card is extremely handy. Just so that if we get any injuries or anything like that, we'd be able to actually play them as cards and not have to worry about them. But honestly, the prospect of not becoming weakened just to really maximize our damage, that's just too tantalizing for me. So we're going to buy that. and we are going to use the card removal service since we have Iron Wave. We're going to get rid of one of our defends. Since, like I said, it's strictly better keeping our deck optimized for the most part. Could get Flex. That wouldn't be bad. Gain 2 strength at the end of this turn. Lose 2 strength. I'll let it be for now. Once again, if you have any suggestions or if you disagree with my decisions, please let me know, and I'll take it into consideration for next video, next episode, next run. Okay, we have divergent pathways here. We can go combat, combat, campfire, or question mark, combat, campfire. Honestly, I'm liking the campfire route here. It's the campfire song. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Okay. While sneaking past a group of shrouded figures, one of them approaches you. Got anything for me, friend? Please, maybe some coin. I just needed somewhere to stay. I have some treasures I can trade. He seems delusional, but harmless. We don't have enough money to give him some coin. We could rob him, get a relic. Unplayable. At the end of your turn, gain 1 frail. I don't want to be that cruel. We could get a relic, though. Net increase. Oh. When's our next store? Not along this current given path at all. So we would have that in our deck for a long time. It's not the worst curse, simply because we're not really going for a block-heavy build anyhow. Let's just rob him. Sorry, dude. You snatch the precious relic from his clutches and walk away. From behind you, you hear, "Have you no shame? Have you no shame?" You have some shame. This game has a very funny sense of humor. Alright. Now we are facing a curious enemy called the Snecko. We could use an artifact potion, because what he does is that he inflicts a status effect called Confusion, which can be interesting. I am just considering my options here. I could go ahead right off the bat and just smack him for some really bad damage. Yeah. And what Confusion does is that it randomizes the cost of each of your cards, so it could end up being really great or really crappy. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and we'll have some frail there. But with that relic that we got, or Calcum, if you end your turn without block, gain 6 blocks. So that is a... Honestly, I think that's a positive counteract to that card. Okay, so see, as you can see, with the card numbers being highlighted in green, that means that their cost is being modified in some way. So we get inflamed for free, essentially. No block, but we'll get 6 block at the end of the turn. Now, I don't know if Frail will affect that, so that we would only get, yeah, like 4, 5 block-ish or so. Let's go ahead and just, right off the bat with Anger, and Strike. That's simply all that we're going to be able to do now. We're going to take some damage. Okay, it's still just flat out 6. The Frail does not affect it, so that's not too bad. Since we just got some HP damage, we Centennial Puzzle with the draw. Okay, Iron Wave, gain 5 block, deal 7 damage. Yeah, there's no negative to that, honestly. Let's go Battle Trance, just to get more card draw. And of course we're going to get Shame at the end of that, our terrible Shame. Because I am a thief, apparently. Strike, just deal it for the 0 cost there. Yeah, just makes some cards really crappily expensive, unfortunately. Or we could do Defend, and negate all the block, because now that we have block, the Aura Calcum won't work. We can do... Oh, Shame. Because I don't want to take too much damage, since... Well, we have a campfire coming up right next, so... We'll just eat it. We'll take some damage here, 10 damage. I think this next turn he will be good and dead. Oh yeah, totally. Awesome. Another victory for us. Okay, so we only have 3 potion slots, and they are all used up. I feel like that these other potions are going to be more valuable to us, unfortunately. Now, we could get Clash going in here, but I feel like that we have too many status cards, especially this one right here, for Clash to really be viable, so we're going to skip it. And what we will do is that we will rest just to get the HP, and plus we'll still have that passive healing each and every time, if you'll remember, from our special ability here. It's amazing how many different combinations you can get with these relics, and sometimes, in my experience, they can make or break your run. That's definitely how I won my daily climb that I referred to yesterday. It was just a combination of an incredible relics. It was fun. Cursed Tome. In an abandoned temple, you find a giant book, open, riddled with cryptic writings. As you try to interpret the elaborate script, it begins to shift and morph into writing you're familiar with. Let's read it. Odd. The book seems to be about an ancient named Niao. This piques your interest, but you have a general feeling of malaise. So we're going to lose 1 HP. That's fine. The ancient resurrection Niao was exiled to the bottom of the Spire. You feel compelled to read more, but your body begins to ache. Lose 2 HP. Seeking vengeance, Niao blesses outsiders, using them for her own purposes. You are starting to feel very weak and tired. We're going to lose even more HP. And lastly, we have our choice. Those resurrected by Niao remember only fragments of their past selves, cursed to fight for eternity. As you near the final page, your old wounds begin to reopen. We will go ahead and take the book and lose the 10 HP. I don't think that's too bad of a loss, but since especially we have a campfire coming up right next, so might as well just go ahead and do that. We have the Necronomicon. The first attack played each turn that costs 2 or more is played twice. Upon pickup, obtain a special curse. Oh, sweet. We're going to be rolling with another curse in our deck. Sure. What did you just slip into my deck? Necronomicurse. There is no escape from this curse. It is just an unplayable card. It's kind of creepy looking, actually. Upon finishing the tome, you decide to take it with you. With proof in your hand, will you retain your memories? So this will be good, actually. Yeah, we'll see how this unfolds for us. If this was a Clash deck that we were going for, it would really snarf things up. Do we rest? We do have several combats coming up. Honestly, I would feel most comfortable with resting. Playing more conservatively. I feel like that our cards are well enough upgraded, at least for the time being. We have a chest with the Darkstone Periapt. Boy, this would have been useful like a long time ago. When we got 2 curses that would have exponentially increased our max HP. I was wondering if that would work with current curses in our deck, but no, apparently it's whenever you acquire a new curse, you get more HP. So, kind of useless for me most of the time because I don't like getting curses. But on to the next combat. Now this is quite the dynamic duo here. This mystic fellow in the back, I like to eliminate him as soon as I am possibly able. He just gets annoying healing action going on. Oh, that's right, because of the Necronomicon, the first attack card played each turn costs 2 or more is played twice, so that just... I could have used it on this guy, honestly. Really got some damage going on, but... perhaps I should read and understand what relics I have. We're going to take some damage. Honestly, it would have benefited us more to have not blocked because of Orichalcum, but it's just 1 HP difference. It's not horrible, really. Okay, so we have Anger. Might as well just get that out of the way. Get another copy of Anger in the deck. Going to Inflame. Battle Trance. Okay, and we are going to play Bash, which will be played twice. Or no, the first attack played each turn. No, each turn? Okay. I am understanding. This could be great because he's got 6 stacks of vulnerable. Oh man, this is going to be great. I don't know if that played it for free, though. Yeah, it did. It did. It had to have. So, we're going to not defend, just because it'll net us more block at the end. And we'll just go ahead and go with Cleave. It's going to deal more damage for us in the long run. And since, yeah, Orichalcum, Frail does not affect that, it will only take 6 damage as opposed to, I guess we would have taken 9 if we did the defend. Fantastic. There we go, Pommel Strike, and just finish him off with Anger. Fantastic. I'm actually really liking where this deck is going. That Necronomicon is pretty awesome. Ooh, now we could use that. Costs less. 1 less for each time you lose HP this combat. Holy crap. We could use it right off the bat because of our energy being 4. But with 8, And it is likely that given our current build, we will lose HP at a moderate rate. Just because we are not very block heavy. I'm in debate. We'll go ahead and take it. Be like a trump card for a boss battle, because the longer the battle goes on, I think the more effective in general that card will get. On to the next combat. I'm feeling pumped, I don't know about you guys. Okay, so we have one of those annoying bird enemies that I despise. We're going to Inflame. Once again, we don't have enough defend to effectively ward off all the damage here, so we're just going to go for the lesser of 2 evils and ward off 1 additional damage. So we'll only be taking 4 instead of 5. Of course, Necronomicon, because of that, the first attack will be played twice, so he will take 22 damage. And that will almost kill him, but this will certainly kill him. I could have honestly done Anger on this guy, but I just want to go ahead and get that bird out of the way. Orichalcum gets us some block. And because we've taken HP damage, that one attack that does 18 damage is going to cost 1 less. So there it is, blood for blood. Okay. Now, deals 20 damage. Honestly, Bludgeon's going to be the way to go because it's going to get played twice. And that's going to majorly hurt this dude. Oh, I'm loving the synergy so far. Battle Trance, just to get some more cards in there. And his Pommel Strike. He will very likely die the next turn. He's going to Hex us, but we're not too concerned about that. We're mainly an attack-focused deck anyway. We've already played all the special cards that we want to play. Honestly, we could just bring it home. Let's just do Overkill, just because I feel like it. Bam. Utter Death. We are actually... This is a pretty good deck that we are rolling with, I feel like. Ignore the potion. Searing Blow can be upgraded any number of times. Let's just not worry about that. Like I said, I like the deck the way that it is. We're rapidly approaching the boss, guys. We are doing pretty well this first run, I would say. Famous last words. Once again, not going to have enough defend to make... Yeah. Not going to have enough to make it worth it. So, it'll be fine. We're going to Inflame. We're going to go Perfected Strike. We're just going to kill this cultist this turn. Just to get him out of the way. Orichalcum's going to spare us just a little bit of damage. Centennial Puzzle gets some card draw. Blood for Blood is powered up. He's going to Hex us next turn, but let's consider our options here. This card will get played twice. We ought to upgrade this one if we can. But Bash will get played twice, and it'll apply Vulnerable. Honestly, the damage is a little bit less, but the status effect is what's got me hooked, man. We're going to play Pommel Strike, Battle Trance. Don't have enough for Bludgeon, unfortunately. Just Anger it up. And we'll just bring it home with another strike. Next turn, he will very likely die. We're just going to get hexed. Boo-hoo. Not a big concern to us. Yeah, I just love this game. It is such an interesting game. We're going to battle trance this because this is actually a pretty crappy hand. Blood for Blood is here. It'll get played twice, and he'll die. There he goes. Didn't even need to play it twice. I'm loving this, guys. This is awesome. Gain 5 strength. At the end of your turn, lose 5 strength. Is that better than Vulnerable? That could give us a boost. We'll forego it for now. And we're also going to forego this card. Let's go to the question mark and see what kind of random event we'll stumble upon. A man with an eye patch and a devilish grin strides up to you.
Hey there, stranger. Interested in advancing science? I can make you stronger than any training or blessing. You're gonna need it if you want one of those heroes with a death wish. If you're one of those heroes with a death wish, what do you say?
You can test Jax. Get Jaxed. Become the test subject and transform 2 cards, or ingest the mutagens, get a special relic. Mutagenic Strength. Start each combat with 3 strength. At the end of your first turn, lose that strength. We'll do that. Permanent progress.
Marvelous.
You quaff the mysterious substance. Immediately, you are invigorated and feel your muscle fibers twitch. Nifty. That'll be a good... our starting combat is going to be so OP because of the Necronomicon, along with that strength bonus. I could just imagine us really wailing on some enemies. Okay, this enemy. Oh my gosh. I absolutely hate this enemy with a burning passion. It is terrible. So we're just going to go ahead and just attack him with extreme prejudice. One of the worst enemies in the entire game. I just find the thing to be extremely overpowered, just because 21 damage right off the bat. We will be taking 11, but we'll be okay. We have a rest coming up, and we already effectively eliminated half of his HP already. And since we've already taken 2 HP hits, that one card, the blood card, is going to... Well, it's going to be irrelevant because we're going to kill him 1 hit. Fantastic. Second win again, not going to bother. Not going to bother at all. We're going to continue with Campfire here. The calm before the proverbial storm. We could honestly... We are in an HP position right now where I feel like that we can take on the boss capably. What boss are we fighting? Oh, it's the champion guy. Ugh, that might be a little bit harder to negotiate, but let's upgrade. We could really deal some massive pain with Bludgeon Plus, or Blood for Blood Plus, making it cost a little less, dealing more damage. Our problem here is that we're going to be really hurt. Dude, deal 3 additional damage for all your cards containing strike. Oh my gosh. Decisions. Bludgeon Plus, I think, will net us the most damage, because this boss has like over 400 HP. He's going to be a bit tricky to take down. Alright guys, we will see if we can take down boss number 2. We immediately have Bludgeon Plus right off the gate. Battle Transit, just to give us a little bit more options. Yeah, let's Inflame and Bludgeon. He's going to take 94 damage this turn. I love it. That is utterly fantastic. That's one of the biggest opening blows that I've ever done in this game. But he will hit hard whenever he does hit. He's going to buff his strength a little bit. Yes, see, 18 damage. This will be a bit harder to negotiate, I feel like. Gain 5 block, deal 7 damage. Honestly, Orichalcum is going to be our biggest grace here. Let's just go ahead and get some vulnerable on this guy. And keep in mind that we do have an extra life, technically, if things get really, really bad. I'm hoping that this guy will just be annihilated before he even gets to that point. We could play Iron Wave, but we will technically take a little bit more damage. 1 extra damage. We'll take 13 instead of 12, but we'll be dealing more damage to him. Yeah. At this time, I don't mind making that HP trade. We're going to also get some extra card draw because of Centennial Puzzle. And that one other card is going to be even cheaper to cost. Cheaper to cast. Yeah, Blood for Blood. So. It's only going to cost 3. 20 damage. It'll get played twice. He's going to go for a debuff. Which, honestly, I could play Artifact and negate that. Trying to calculate, see which would do the most damage. So this one would deal 24 damage. But he's already vulnerable, at least for a couple more turns, so let's just do it like this. Pommel Strike for card draw purposes. We're going to have Shame at the end of this turn, unfortunately. So honestly, that actually might snarf up our Artifact Potion, unfortunately. So I might save that for later. In the meantime, he's halfway down now. Necronomi-curse. Yeah, he's going to deal some damage. 8 damage, only thanks to Orichalcum. But we're also going to get debuffed. Which that makes us vulnerable and frail. But we have Bludgeon, my friends. Get wrecked. He is in a very bad position. I think we might have this one in the bag. He's going to buff himself. We might be able to kill him. Defeat? Impossible, he says. He's no longer vulnerable. We will barely survive that. The good thing is that when you're vulnerable, you don't have to worry about this. This number will always be accurate because it will always take into account your status effects. So we will survive. Let's just battle trance it just to see our options. But we Bludgeon for the win. Bludgeon for the win. This is fantastic, guys. I am super pleased with that progress of this run. Get some money. Ooh, okay. Demon form. At the start of your turn, gain 2 strength, but it costs like a whole turn for it to start rolling. And honestly, the Necronomicon with Bludgeon is just so OP in all the right ways. I'm going to skip this. We're just going to go straight to our relic. Let me take a look here and see. So at the start of your turn, draw 2 additional cards. Start each combat confused. That's a bit too risky, I don't like that. Empty Cage. Upon pickup, remove 2 cards from your deck. We could remove Shame and the Necronomi-curse. I wonder if that'll have negative effects. Let's just try that. Yeah. We're going to get rid of... Oh, okay. So you see with the Necronomi-curse, it will not let us remove that curse, ever. That's a shame. I really don't want to remove 2 cards. Oh, man. We may have snarfed ourselves a little bit here. Cleave was helpful. Let's get rid of Cleave. Man, I'm not extremely pleased with that, but at least we got rid of 1 curse. So that's that. Yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll just roll with that. Right now we are on the final part of the run, but we will go ahead and cut the episode off right here for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been really exciting to see how this series, this Let's Play, this run is going so far. We are rolling with an incredible combination. That Necronomicon, just, oh, love it. But anyhow, if you guys have any suggestions, anything that you guys would like to see, like for me to do, especially whenever we start unlocking stuff, just let me know in the comments. If you have general advice, leave it in the comments as well. Like, subscribe, and I will try to have these up every day, along with a daily run. We'll get a finite schedule once I have everything all planned out. It's just difficult sometimes with work schedule just to pan everything out. But in the meantime, we will see you next time on the next episode of Slay the Spire. Thank you guys for watching.